Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche Enabia, a celebration of the amazing Latin culture in this league and its fans all around the globe. A great tradition we get to enjoy. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. We've got the San Antonio Spurs facing the Houston Rockets. A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. We've got Duncan, Parker out there with Ginobili. Then there's Ori, and it's Bowen in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Paul over Parker. And he overshot that one, missing.
And, you know, where was the defense there, Kevin? I mean, even though he missed it, that was not a good effort. Pitiful.
Pass to Ginobili. Here is Ori. Parker kicks to Duncan. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Capella, and Duncan with the basket on the assist by Parker. Duncan's got the first points up on the board here for the Spurs. Anderson the screen. Capella gets to Ariza. The 3 from Harden. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, Greg Popovich and I talked for a few minutes. We talked about their defensive strategy facing such an explosive offense. He said, we've done our advanced scouting. We know where they like to get their shots and where they're most effective. The challenge is taking that information and using it out on the court. It's a great test for our players, and I'm eager to see how they respond. Kevin, I'm eager as well. Back to you.
Thanks as always, David. Well, they know what their toughest job is going to be today.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always hard to go up against a team that can light it up like this. You can't let them hit the ground running.
Exactly. I mean, they've got to be the ones dictating the tempo and the pace. Keep the high-octane offense on the other side in check.
And here is Parker following the 3 from Chris Paul. No good from 18.
And sometimes, you know, you don't capitalize off a good shot or a good look. Still, you got to keep letting those good looks fly.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Parker passes to Ori. Capella against Duncan. Screened by Parker. Dishes it to Ginobili. A second chance effort. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
And here are the Rockets, trailing by 2. Paul with the ball. Anderson the screen. Over Parker. Paul can't get that one to fall. Parker against Paul. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Pass to Ori. The feed to Duncan. Shoots over Capella. No good from Duncan. Ariza outside. Paul outside. Trying to find Capella. Gets it to him.
Boy, the floor awareness of Chris Paul. Got to respect that. I mean, whenever one of his guys is open, he's getting the ball to him quickly and on time.
Parker's shot is off. Here's Ariza. Harden outside. Back to Ariza. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Man, love the size Ariza has down low, using his long arms to get off shots inside.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
One shot.
And, you know, Trevor Ariza continues to have an impact on both ends, guys. An amazing defender and an excellent shooter, too.
Now here's Parker. Duncan outside. Ginobili outside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
The Spurs have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. That free throw good from Ginobili. Both free throws good from Ginobili. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And here is Paul. Screen by Capella. Ginobili against Harden. 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. And there's Ariza. That's good on the assist from Capella. 6 points for Ariza.
Got to respect the long-range shooting of Ariza now. A capable shooter from downtown. Watch out.
Right wing. Screen by Duncan. Duncan with the screen on Ariza. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Rockets leading by 4. To the paint. Kicks it out to Paul. The dish to Anderson. They set the screen. Houston moving it around. And a miss there on the triple. Here's San Antonio. Ginobili kicks to Parker. Duncan, a screen. And that one's good. Parker.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Paul kicks to Harden. Passes to Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall. They have not led for a while. A chance to do so here.
Well, they'd like to retake the lead on this possession.
Bowen, the pass to Parker. Shoots a 3. Connects from three-point range. Parker's got 5 now.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Yeah, it's been a seesaw battle. Right now, I mean, as soon as one team grabs the lead, the other grabs it right back.
He gets that one.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Houston in the lead. Ball outside, and here's Harden for 3. Ori with the rebound. Ori's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Parker outside. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Screen by Duncan. Paul with the steal. 11 feet away. A shot by Harden. Wide open. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Harden's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And Harden is cash money from downtown. Measuring it perfectly. You've got to respect this guy's shooting ability.
Now here's Parker. 5 points in the game. And he's good on the 3 ball. 5 points in the game.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Anderson the screen. And it's Ariza in the corner. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. San Antonio trailing here. Ginobili outside. The pass to Duncan. There's the pick. The tray. No good from Ginobili.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
He kicks to Parker. Pass to Bowen. Here's Ori. To the middle. It's stolen by Capella. Ariza goes in. San Antonio with the rebound. Ori's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Ball against Parker. Pass to Bowen. Back to Parker. Duncan with a screen on Paul. Lets it go from the wing. Rebounded by Capella.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
16 feet away. That's good from Ariza on the assist by Harden. 8 points for Ariza.
Like the way Ariza seeks out mid-range jumpers, capable of nailing these shots when he's in rhythm. The heck with the analytics. A good 2 from a good shooter is as good as a 3.
Now here's Duncan. He's got 5, and that one's good. Parker.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
Here's Ariza following the score by Tony Parker. Rocket 6. Harden inside the three-point line. And no good as it rattles out.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
And that one, good.
Incredible control on that floater. Harden is fantastic at putting just the right amount of touch on these very difficult and delicate shots.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. And Bahamute comes in for Ryan Anderson. PJ Tucker, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Gordon in for James Harden. Now here's Gordon. He dishes it to Paul. Outside Gordon. Screen by Bahamute. Off the screen. And it's Gordon missing. Spurs trail by 3. Here's Barry. Duncan dishes to Udrich. Wants to get it to Duncan and does. And Duncan throws it down.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Nene, the screen. Paul kicks to Nene. Gordon against Davis. Here's the floater. Indeed, Gordon drops it in. Gordon's got his first bucket in this one.
And Gordon doing a nice job measuring these inside shots well. I mean, has a solid, quick release pretty much from anywhere on the floor.
Here's Ori. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Gordon kicks to Paul. Screen by Bahamute. Here's Tucker. Nailed from three-point land. And it's a 6-point Rocket lead. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
The Spurs shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. 54 seconds left in the first quarter. Paul outside. Screen by Baamute. To the left side wing. Paul outside. Back to Tucker. 3 on the clock. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Tucker's got 6 points.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Ori kicks to Duncan. Some solid defense there by Nene.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Udrich, the pass to Davis. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. And so the first quarter is in the books. Rockets lead by 4. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Rolling, absolutely rolling, flat out killing it from beyond the arc.
Spurs trail by 4. Chris Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. Nene is out there with Luke and Baamute. And it's Tucker in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Really left alone that time. Duncan's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for San Antonio. Paul outside. Screen by Baamute. Back to Paul. Here's Tucker. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 4 assists in the game.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Here's Udrich. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Barry the pass to Ori. His 3-pointers off the mark. Houston leading by 5. Gordon kicks to Paul. Screen by Baamute. It's stolen by Davis. And here's the fast break. Udrich leading the way. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Udrich has got his first basket.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
Gordon dishes to Paul. Over Udrich. That one doesn't drop. And the Spurs going the other way now. Passes it to Barry. Lets it go from deep. They grab their own miss. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. On the wing, Eric Gordon. Back to Paul. Nene, the screen. Off the pick. The shot's good from Paul. Paul's got 7 points.
You know, one of the things that you notice about Chris Paul, Kevin, is that he uses screens exceedingly well.
Kicks it to Duncan. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And Tucker kicks to Gordon. Screen by Baamute. With the floater and the basket by Gordon. And the Rockets lead by 5.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong. Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Gordon with the screen for Paul. Outside Gordon. Fires the three. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Gordon's got 5 points in the quarter.
Nice job by Gordon there, capitalizing off the pick, putting himself in an ideal position to score the ball.
Now Udrih. There's the pick. Here's Duncan, and it's denied. To the right side. Wide open look, and the Rockets getting another bucket right there. Spurs trail by 7. Here's Udrih. Feeds it to Duncan. And Mbah-a-Moute pulls it in.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Paul. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Nene, the screen. Brown. And here's the fast break. Davis leading the way. Or he gets the bucket.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Here's Paul. 7 points in the game. In the corner, it's Gordon. And the three off target. Spurs trail by 5. To the paint. Here's Horry. It's deflected, and he gets it back. Here's Barry, guarded by Tucker. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Barry's got 5 points now in the quarter. Houston leading by 3. Paul passes to Mbah-a-Moute. There's the steal. In transition, here come the Spurs. Udrich's got the ball. Here's Davis. That shot off the mark. The Rockets go the other way with it. Right side, Gordon. Paul outside. He feeds it to Tucker. And it's Nene, top of the key. Just 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. And it's Paul missing.
Has not made another 3 since the one he drilled in the first, but still, you got to defend him from beyond the arc.
Now the pass to Barry. A 3 ball. The offensive rebound. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
San Antonio shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That's good for Horry. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for Mbah-a-Moute. Trevor Ariza's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's James Harden in for Paul. Horry hits them both. Houston in the lead. Harden with it. 5 points in the game. Lob pass to Capella. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, I like how Capella stays one step ahead of the posse on defense. Has a real good sense of body control.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. Here's Barry. Ariza covering. Here's the screen. Parker outside. 6 on the shot clock. Ginobili with the three. Here's Bowen. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Now, here's Capella. Now, here's Gordon. It's Ariza on the wing. Misses the three. San Antonio trailing here. Parker passes to Orr. Dishes it to Ginobili. Knocks down the three ball. Ginobili's got 8. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Harden gets to Ariza. Up top, Capella. Gordon a screen. From deep, Harden. That's a bucket. His 3rd of the game. He shot the ball 7 times.
And Harden takes a lot of pride in being a hard matchup, a tough cover. I mean, he takes no time in shooting once he gets the pump.
Here's Barry. Ariza covering. Pass to Bowen. Parker kicks to Ginobili. Lets it fly. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. He's got 10.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
The Rockets trail. Screen by Capella. The feed to Gordon.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Ori. Now here's Gordon. He has 7. With a step back. And it falls over the rim and in. 10 points for James Harden.
Like seeing Harden get free from here. A scorching hot mid-range shooter.
Parker drives in, and Capella sends it back. Parker against Harden, and count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
You know, we talk about Harden's skill set, which is superb, but there's no quit in this guy. He's got a great competitive spirit. And even when you bang him and bump into him, he just muscles through that and says, play on.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
Wound up shooting 85 from the line a season ago, which is an exceptional percentage.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
Free throw good from Harden.
And James Harden is clearly an MVP caliber talent. No doubt about that. A triple-double threat who really is a stat sheet stuffer supreme.
Now here's Ginobili. He's got 10. Here's Barry. Shoots it. And that one's good. Duncan's got 16 points.
Yeah, and he's connecting on a lot of his shots here, shooting a high percentage from the field, really giving his team a boost.
Gordon against Ginobili. And it's Gordon missing. So it's the Spurs now, trailing by 2. Ginobili with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. There's a screen. Duncan kicks to Ginobili. Out to the right wing. Pass to Barry. Over Ariza. They get the rebound. And Tim Duncan again. Duncan's got the game tied up here for the Spurs.
And that's exactly why you got to box him out, because when you don't, that's what happens. He burns you on the glass.
And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Spurs working the ball around now. Screen by Duncan. Barry. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
Harden outside. The dish to Gordon. Anderson the screen. Ariza has the open look, and another three for Houston.
And Ariza has great confidence in his shot. A dynamite catch-and-shoot player.
Ariza's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land. Duncan with a screen on Hart. Parker dishes to Duncan. Shoots over Capella. Rockets with the rebound. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Henderson. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And now a 4-point Houston lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. Tim Duncan, even in his advanced years, showing you that great vision and still getting it done. Nice pass.
There's the screen. Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. Rebounded by Bowen. It's a close game here in Houston. Parker outside. Here's Barry. Here's Duncan. Another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. Duncan's got 20 points. He talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's San Antonio. They're up by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
Hey,
Show.
folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. Big-time play throughout the first half for Tim Duncan. He had 20 points, 2 assists, and 11 rebounds. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, they've been pounding. I mean, pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
I think they let the game come to them, but they haven't got to the foul line enough, Ernie. That's an area where they're getting beat. I like to see them press to action a little bit more.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
Welcome back to the Toyota Center, everyone. That's a look at our broadcast location tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. An exceptional performance from Tim Duncan.
Yeah, and the fact he's posted a double-double with about half the game left to play, that's impressive.
And you know what, Greg? He's showing no signs of slowing down now. This game has been all him, and he's been a force.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. San Antonio leading. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got Parker. Ori is out there with Duncan. Then there's Ginobili. And it's Bowen in at the small forward position. Now here's Ginobili. Harden missing his last shot. Three-pointer. Bowen, good. Bowen's got the first bucket of the third here for the Spurs.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Count it. And it's 9 points for Chris Paul.
A hand in his face, NP for CP3. No problem. Takes more than that to affect his jump shot.
Here's Bowen. No good on the triple.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. They need him to find his rhythm soon.
Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
You've got to be mindful of Harden at all times, especially when he's close to the basket. I mean, he really knows how to finish inside.
Parker with it. And it's Harden picking him up, picks it out to Ginobili. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Ginobili's got 13.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Yep, that one goes.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Parker outside. Duncan, a screen. Kicks it out to Ginobili. To the right side. Bowen's shot is off. Rockets trail. Here's Ariza. And another 3 for Houston.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Duncan with the screen for Parker. He kicks it to Duncan. Shoots over Capella. Duncan can't hit. And so here is Houston. Over in the corner, Paul. Shot on the wing. Rebounded by Bowen.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
Duncan with the bucket.
And he'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
Paul, a screen on Ginobili. Capella sets a screen for Ariza. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, I like the fire that Ariza plays with, Kevin. He's not afraid of sacrificing his body on his way up.
The Rockets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Free throw good from Trevor Ariza. Houston making a switch. Nene's checked in. Davis is checked in for San Antonio. Udrich comes in for Tony Parker. And so he hits both. And so it's San Antonio with it. A 2-point game. Duncan with a screen on Paul. Outside, Davis. He dishes it to Duncan. Over Nene. No good from Duncan. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Paul kicks to Nene. Passes it to Harden. 5 to shoot. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Harden's got 4 points this quarter. Spurs trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Spurs shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
And he makes the first. Mbaamute's checked in for Houston. P.J. Tucker comes in for Trevor Ariza. And Duncan drops them both. Houston in the lead. And here is Paul. He's got 9. Nene outside. Ginobili against Harden. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And it's almost impossible to stay down on Harden's shot fake. I mean, he's effective at getting defenders in the air, and when that happens, you're at his mercy.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Rockets.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for James Harden.
Solid trip from the line right there. Knocked him down, and it was easy.
Ginobili kicks to Udrih. Ori passes to Ginobili. And the shot falls short this time. Houston leading by 4. To the paint. Nene dishes to Harden. And Tucker has it in the corner. Houston moving it around. Over Ori. Another miss by Houston. Spurs trail by 4. Ginobili outside. Charity stripe shot. That doesn't go either by Ginobili. And here's Houston. Now Tucker, 11 points in the game. Paul with the ball. Screen by Mba'amute. Paul kicks to Mba'amute. A baseline J, and he overshot that one, missing. Fires from 14, Ori. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 3 assists now in this one.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
Spurs trail by 4. Ginobili kicks to Udrih. Duncan left side. Over Nene, and it's Nene with the rebound. Nene's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
He's been on the roll this quarter, really leading the way for his team right now.
Screen by Duncan. 9 feet out, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Spurs have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. Barry's checked in for Manu Ginobili. Udrih hits them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Now here's Nene. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Paul passes to Nene. Duncan with the block. And here's the fast break. Davis leading the way. The putback.
A guy like him cannot be left alone around the hoop. If you do, it'll be buffet style all day long. Plenty of seconds right there.
Now here's Tucker. Not a lot of room. Here's Harden. He's off on that one, and San Antonio will go the other way with it. Here's Barry. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Tucker dishes to Harden. Paul outside. No good from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Davis kicks to Udrih. Duncan, a screen. Barry the pass to Udrih. For the tie. It's rebounded by Paul. Paul's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Teardrop shot, Mbah a Moute. The tip in on the offensive rebound. And the Rockets lead by 4.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
And so here is Houston. Now here's Paul. He's got 9. Nene outside. Harden against Davis. Takes the 13-footer. Harden's shot is off.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range. Extended out nicely and definitely bothered the shot.
The defense just too soft on that possession. You have to be closer and contest at the rim.
Here's Tucker following the bucket by the Spurs. And Mbah a Moute can't get it to go.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
And so here is Houston following the 3-pointer by San Antonio. Screen by Mbah a Moute. Picked his pocket. 3-on-3. Udrih dishes to Davis. And the pass to Ori. Duncan right side. Pass to Ori. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. And it's a 5-point Spurs lead.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
Houston making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. And Gordon subbed in for P.J. Tucker. Paul kicks to Harden. Screen by Mbah a Moute. Paul for 3. A rebound by the Spurs. Duncan's got rebound number 15 here tonight. And it's Parker in the corner. A minute 42 left to play here in the third. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Spurs.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Anderson comes in for Mbah a Moute. And Trevor Ariza is subbed in for Chris Paul.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Capella gets to Ariza. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Ariza's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Rockets. Here's Parker. He's got 13. To the inside. Here's Duncan, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Clint Capella.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Rockets trail by 6. Harden the pass to Gordon. There's a minute left to play in the third. Back to Harden. Lets the 3 fly. A 3-pointer is right on target. Harden's got 26 points.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Pass to Bowen. Kicks to Duncan. Jacks up a 3. Bowen's shot is off.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
On the wing, Harden. Covered by Parker. Anderson. Yes! And the foul. It's on Bruce Bowen.
And, you know, Anderson is fantastic at sticking with his shot, even when the defense draped all over him.
The Rockets have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. That one drops. He ties it up.
Man, I like the mindset of Anderson, Kevin. I mean, if he's open, he's taking the shot, especially from distance.
Parker outside. Pass to Bowen. Rocket 6. Davis dishes to Duncan. Shoots over Capella. Again, the miss by the Spurs. James Harden getting it done for Houston. He's up to 26 points in the game now. Just keeps pouring in the buckets. Back right after this. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Gordon and Ariza are on the wings. Anderson is down low with Capella. And it's Harden in at the point guard position. It's the 5 for Houston right now.
And Harden is fearless. Awesome at gutting the defense and making them send him to the line. He just knows how to draw fouls and get himself to the stripe.
James Harden at the line for 2.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And it's been an outstanding game for them at the free throw line, not missing their chances when they get them.
Harden hits them both.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
And the rejection by Harden. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Harden's got 17 points here in the second half. And here is Parker. Over Harden. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And that's 15 points for Parker. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Ariza kicks to Capella. Three-pointer. And Harden with the basket on the assist from Capella. And that's now 33 points for James Harden.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Duncan outside. Here's the screen. Parker with a clean look. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
And here's Anderson for three. A rebound by the Spurs. Now Davis. Out to the right wing. Feeds it to Duncan. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. Houston in the lead. Ariza outside. Harden the pass to Gordon. Ariza with it. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And we know Ariza can get cooking in no time. Once he drains a couple, he's in the zone.
Here's Parker. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Ginobili dishes to Duncan. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Duncan's got 9 points now in just the second half. Now here's Gordon. Screen by Capella. And here's Harden for three. Nailed from three-point land. Harden's got 10 points now just in this quarter. Duncan with the screen on Ariza. Ginobili with the three. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Houston leading by 5. On the wing, Harden. Capella inside, covered by Duncan. Capella with the bucket.
Love how Capella stays alert on the offensive board, creating second chance opportunities thanks to that activity.
Duncan with the screen for Ginobili. High arcing shot, and he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
One shot, gentlemen.
That free throw good from Ginobili. Just a tiny lead for him.
And a chance to make it a little bigger right here.
Anderson the screen. A shot by Ariza, and the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Parker outside. The pass to Barry. For the three. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Ginobili's got 3 assists now in this one. Anderson, a screen on Parker. Here's Harden. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Bruce Bowen.
It's always awesome to watch Harden do his thing. I mean, he's so good with the ball. Fantastic at going straight into the contact on his drive. Excellent.
And the first one at the line is good.
Yeah, love the attitude he's playing with here in the second half. Going strong to the hoop and getting to the free throw line.
Chris Paul, he's checked in for the Rockets. The Spurs also with the sub. Rory's checked in. And both free throws good for James Harden. Spurs trail by 5. Duncan with a screen on Paul. Here's Parker, and Capella sends it back.
And every season, Capella has improved as a shot blocker. Timing, awareness, recognition. He's really good at erasing shot attempts.
Here's Ginobili. Pass to Bowen. Harden against Ginobili. Duncan with the screen for Ginobili. Duncan kicks to Ginobili. Clock at 6. Here's Parker.
Two shots.
And he can't get the first one. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Rockets leading by 5. Here's Harden. Nice D from Ginobili. And the Spurs with possession. To the inside. And the dunk by Ori.
What a pass by the fearless Manu Ginobili. Great teamwork.
Ori's gotten 5 shots to fall in 8 attempts. Harden gets to Ariza. Anderson the screen. There's the pick. Paul outside. Lets it go from deep. Drills the three-pointer. And the Rockets lead by 6.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Parker passes to Duncan. Shoots over Capella. Ori kicks to Parker. Duncan with a screen on Paul. Ginobili against Harden. Ginobili can't hit.
That's exactly how you win a rebound battle. Get good position and then use your strength to hold on to that position.
Anderson, a screen on Parker. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Paul. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Houston needs to get a shot off. Ariza with the bucket.
He's showing no signs of letting up here.
Spurs trail by 9. Duncan with the screen on Paul. Parker. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Houston leading by 6. Paul dishes to Harden. Ariza outside. Capella sends a screen for Ariza. He feeds it to Paul, to the middle. Trying to find Capella, gets it to him. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Capella does a nice job maintaining his focus on the offensive end. He doesn't get a ton of touches, but whenever he gets a clean look at the rim, he takes advantage of it.
And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Harden kicks to Paul. Excellent D there from Parker.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Inside, and the dunk by Duncan.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Now here's Ginobili, following the shot by Chris Paul. Ginobili kicks to Duncan, dishes it to Parker. Duncan outside, Parker outside. Here's the feed to Ginobili. Shot clock at 6. Nice work there coming off the screen. Now just a 1-point Houston lead.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took them as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
And he's good on the 3-ball. Harden's got 41.
I tell you, he's beating up the defense in this quarter, going right at him and scoring in a variety of ways.
Parker passes to Duncan. Here's Bowen. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist.
And when you thought this fourth quarter was simply a formality, all of a sudden the offense picks up, and now we have a game.
Can't quite put my finger on it, but something gave them a jolt, and now they're knocking down everything. We've got some fireworks in store for us down the stretch.
Here's Bowen. Lays it in off the breakaway.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
Anderson the screen. Ariza outside. The dish to Harden. He kicks to Capella. And again, San Antonio running the court in transition. Here's Ariza. And Ariza slams it home.
And Ariza's calm demeanor, excellent at scoring in key spots. And that calmness helps him.
Parker kicks to Ginobili. And here is Parker. Duncan with the screen on Paul. Here's Parker with the 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Harden against Parker. Harden, no good. San Antonio trailing here. Ginobili outside. Parker passes to Orr. Ginobili outside. Just 5 to shoot. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Ginobili's got 14 points now in the second half. Foul call. There's the pick. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
It was very close, and I wouldn't mind letting them play on that one. It wasn't blatant by any means.
Parker passes to Bowen. He dishes it to Duncan. Shoots over Capella, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. So it's the Rockets now. Ariza kicks to Paul. Anderson the screen. Capella with a screen on Parker. Anderson wide open. Buries it from outside.
And this atmosphere is banana.
Electric in here. I mean, that was a tremendous shot. This crowd all over it. Turned up.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. There's 47 seconds left in the game. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He told them, look, guys, we're running out of time. We're going to make a move. It's got to be now. Are you guys ready to make a move? They all nodded, and he said, then go take it. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now, here's Ariza following the miss by Tony Parker. Wide open. Harden, no good.
And it's still within reach. But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point immediately.
No good from Duncan.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management, crucial at this time of the game.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Tell you what, that's a clutch moment for him right there, delivering at a big time in this game.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And they're going to have to score. Quick foul. Can't waste any time here.
Greg, one possession at a time, and really, as you said, it's all about clock management right now.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
2 shots. It's the first, and that will put them up by 2.
And Chris Paul, very much one of the best and most talented point guards in the league. A really poised floor leader who always is talking and is really an excellent leader, too.
Those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-point.
Here's Ori. Got the shot! My goodness is right!
Just no better feeling to be able to deliver in a moment like that.
Yeah.
And that, guys, that's one for the highlight reel. They needed a 3 to extend the game, and the young fella delivers.
Yes, he did. A clutch shot, and really what I like, guys, there was no hesitation. He shot it freely and with confidence. As a result, we're headed to overtime.
And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. Well, if you're just joining us, this one has been a great one. We've got overtime action now, folks. So the Rockets win the tip, and always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Rockets. Anderson is down low with Capella. Gordon and Ariza are on the wings, and it's Paul in at the 1 spot. Gordon with it. Anderson, a screen on Ginobili. Gordon dishes to Anderson. Clock at 4. Houston moving it around. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively.
And great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there. And that's enormous, guys. With time winding down, goes for the steal and then off to the races. Another one. Man, he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
And I tell you what, Greg, once he finds that rhythm, he's hard to guard. Shots come easy for him.
Parker outside. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. And it's now 23 points for Parker.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Now here's Gordon. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Duncan. Off the inbound. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through. Paul's got it all tied up now for Houston. And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
And boy, when you see someone hurting like this, it's always scary.
You're exactly right, Greg. I mean, with the way it looks, what we have to hope for now is that somehow it's not a long-term issue.
And the Rockets making a change here. Harden's checked in. Now here's Parker. About 90 seconds off the clock here in the extra period. Duncan with a screen on Harden. Here's Parker. Stolen by Anderson. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Gordon, the pass to Ariza. Back to Gordon. Fires for 3. And that one is off. Now San Antonio takes it the other way.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Now here's Duncan. Shoots over Capella, and that one's good. Duncan's got 33.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Well, I'll tell you what, Greg, what can they do? I mean, nobody can miss a shot. I mean, these guys are bringing it on offense right now.
Gordon a screen. Shot clock at 5. Here's Harden. And the rebound goes to Duncan.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Two shots.
The first one falls. And Tony Parker drops them both. Rockets trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Screen by Capella. Harden against Ginobili. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Love the ferocity. Heck, that's one of my favorite words, ferocity. Harden, excellent at accelerating and decelerating. That's the thing that makes him so tough. He can go fast, slow, or mid-range speed.
Two shots. Smash on the first.
And the first one at the line is good. Harden hits them both.
He's really the guy you want on the stripe in that situation. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's clutch.
Screen by Duncan. It's Ginobili outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Ginobili's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that.
It's stolen by Duncan. Here's Barry. Reza covering. Barry the pass to Parker. And he banks in the layup. Parker's got 27.
Being aware there, excellent recognition, fantastic playmaking leading to the nice shot.
Harden kicks to Ariza. In the corner, it's Gordon. Anderson the screen. On the wing, Gordon. Covered by Parker. 5 on the clock. Ariza no luck. And it's the Spurs ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Ginobili. Duncan with a screen on Harden. Ginobili dishes to Duncan. And he gets the bucket.
Timeout.
And now it's a 9-point Spurs lead.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They trail by 9. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first overtime. The Spurs making a switch here. Gordon against Brown. From the stripe. The Rockets again can't hit. And it's Udrich in the corner. Pass to Duncan. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Nene.
Taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
He drops the first one, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And Duncan drops them both.
Hey, I think that should do it. You know, got to give him credit. He came through when it mattered most.
Nene, the screen. Gordon for 3. Good on the triple.
You cannot let Gordon get it going from the perimeter, Kevin. I mean, he's an incredibly consistent and persistent long-range shooter.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They'd used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
And so it's the Spurs with the win. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.